Hey, it's Dennis from Best Band America giving you the Fender update. Unbelievable. Now, when I spoke to you on Sunday, what I told you is what happened was that Fender filed suit against a Chinese manufacturer of Stratocaster-style guitars. The company that made them, a Chinese company, didn't show up in court in Düsseldorf, so they got what's called a default judgment. And the default judgment was a copyright on the shape. Now, in 2009, U.S. Trademark and Copyright Office here in the U.S. prevailed over Fender, telling them that their shape, the S-style guitar, the Stratocaster, is a generic shape. It's been genericized, meaning everybody in America that wants to make one that shape can go ahead and do it. You can't call it a Fender, but you can, and you can't call it a Stratocaster, but you can call it whatever you want. So companies do it, really good companies like PRS and stuff like that. So what happened? After they got the judgment, they went out and they freaking sent cease and desist letters to all these manufacturers and companies and traders and stores and threatened everybody. So everyone's kind of scratching their head going, what the hell's going on? And they're all yelling about the CEO, but I think you got to look at the money. Servco Pacific, a big giant company that moves Toyotas and Lexus around the world, you know, they're car movers, they're distribution, logistics people with deep pockets. They took over Fender in 2020. But more importantly, with a partner, they took over Reverb in 2025. What are you talking about, Dennis? Well, Fender's a huge guitar maker and they own several brands underneath Fender. So the fact that a non-guitar company bought them is not unusual, but kind of bummed out a lot of people. Well, when they bought Reverb, they bought it from Etsy. When they bought the biggest online merchandise mart for music and musical equipment in the world. And they bought it. So now they own that. And then there's a lawsuit. So now people that have stuff listed on Reverb, specifically S-style guitars, are getting letters from Reverb saying, hey, you know what? We know that you got a cease and desist letter from Fender and there's a judgment pending, so we're going to put your listing on hold or we're going to pull you down. So Reverb as a platform is able to interfere with people because they have a cease and desist letter from Fender, who's also owned by the same company that owns Reverb. It's a little stinky, and I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know if they're breaking any laws or anything, but it doesn't feel good because here's the deal, Fender. Your audience, since you bought the company 6 years ago, a lot of your audience that loves Fender died. You need new people. Everyone's dying. New people are coming. You need to get new customers all the time, and you need a new generation of people to fall in love with Fender. They're not all going to wax poetic about Leo Fender. Look, you still have the opportunity to save yourself, sponsor a show like mine or any show that's in the new media realm that will get down in the dirt and tell people why Fender's great. And be there for people, be there for charities, be there for, you know, groups in the community, but more importantly, be out there and be part of it and not be on the prowl. Because by sending these cease and desist letters and then using the Reverb, I don't know if this is true either, I'm just what I've heard. Boy, it really smells. It doesn't smell good, especially if you're a Fender dealer. You must be worried because Fender's trying to take it all online. Well, maybe you're trying to sell your stuff online too. Well, if Fender takes it all online and they own the biggest online marketplace, well, Bob's your uncle. There you go. So it's a little weird. It feels weird to me. But beyond that, what we have is an opportunity now to look deeper into it and see what they're doing. Are they going to go file another lawsuit about the Telecaster? Same thing? Or people making Fender Precision copies? Because these shapes are all genericized, and Leo Fender was adamant. He really didn't like them being locked up. So it's very interesting. The approach, whatever happens next, I don't know what's going to happen, but it doesn't feel good. And it doesn't do good for a brand like Fender that had, you know, fans around the world. Every movie, every music video, everything you've ever seen musically in our lifetimes, there's people playing Fender. There's people playing Fenders on Lawrence Welk show. There's people playing Fenders, you know, everywhere you look, every band you look, every tour you look, every nightclub, every Holiday Inn. The guys are playing Fenders. Fenders are ubiquitous, and it's important for Fender to remember that and to preserve that instead of going after everybody with a machete, because this is a really weird approach. But again, that's not my game. I'm Denis O'Brien from Best Band America. Best Band America goes out and finds great bands all around the country. Like last year, J.G. Hayden Band, we had Staff Johnson, New Wild Horses, Blue Velvo, The Irregulars, Jason Cale, Too Hot for Leather. Look, bands are all over the country. Carrie Zaz has a new single out. It's called I Can Hear the River. It's really cool. You should check it out. Hudson River song from a Hudson River lady and a great band. Check them out. Too Hot for Leather's on tour. Go to their Facebook page, get the tour list. You might be able to catch them live. They're worth it. They're exciting and loud and fun. And then you've also got the option of seeing JT Hayden. They just got signed by a bigger booking agent. They're playing a wider audience this summer. You can always catch Guy Valek and Blue Velvo in some way, shape, or form in some band on Long Island. They're always playing. They even have a Blue Velvo tribute band, which is kind of cool. They have a tribute band to themselves, you know, and they're in it. But it's exciting. And looking at season 2, we're really thrilled. We got 2 announcements. One band, we haven't firmed it up yet, but they're really good. They're called The Grift, and they're from Burlington, Vermont. And then the other band is also from Vermont. This guy is unbelievable for many years, Seth Iacovone. He played at Nectar's back in the day. He's got a great sound. It's a trio, and they just cook. So it's going to be 2 great Vermont bands this season, which is great. Of the 15 shows, we got a band booked in Georgia. We got Austin, Texas on the map, and we're working on a new deal in Albany. We're going to have some metal. We're going to get you some noise, man. It's going to be cool. So Best Band America, bestbandamerica.com. Always looking for the unsung heroes of American music. You can find us on the web. You can find us on all the social medias, and you can help us by sending us bands at info@bestbandamerica.com. Now go out there and support live music in your community, and don't forget, if you go hear live music, thank them. Say something to them before you leave. Best Band America.